Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is John, and today I'm going to show you how to build your 8x5 compact modern shed. Before we get started, make sure the model number of your shed is listed in the description below. This video will follow the steps outlined in the assembly manual that comes with the shed. If you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the comments or description below for a timestamp associated with each step. Your shed comes on a pallet in 2 separate boxes, so let's take a look at what you should have received. There are steps in this assembly that require more than one person, so be sure to have at least one other adult available to help. Before we begin the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You'll need a 7/16 wrench, a 3/8 wrench, a Phillips head screwdriver, a rubber mallet, a pair of needle nose pliers, a tape measure, a drill. You may see us use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be sure not to over torque or over tighten the hardware, a hammer, safety glasses, a block which is included, a 3/8 socket, a 5/32 drill bit, which is included, a 5/16 drill bit, a 5/16 masonry drill bit, and a Phillips bit, which is included. To make this easier, we're going to use a 7/16 socket and a socket adapter. All Lifetime sheds require a platform to be built on. We recommend building yours out of concrete, but you can also build yours out of lumber. This video is meant to be used as a companion to the assembly manual and not a direct replacement. So for the best results, make sure to have the assembly manual on hand. Also, it's important that you refer to your instruction manual to review the safety instructions for this build to prevent serious injury or property damage. All right, let's get started. This section of the manual will go over the requirements for the foundation of your shed. This video will focus on the assembly of the shed and not the foundation. So if you have questions about the foundation, feel free to reach out to our customer service team. For now, we're going to move on to the next section. Take the left door, which is the door with the logo, and slide the square tube into the bottom of the door, making sure that the holes in the square tube line up with the holes on the door. Leave a little bit of the tube hanging out so that you can insert the cap and then tap it the rest of the way up. Attach the door latch bracket to the door with the hardware, only finger tighten the hardware for now. Locate these divots on the back side of the door at the top. Then add your spacer, making sure you can read the word up. Add your door latch labeled T and secure with the hardware. The screws are designed to go through the metal in the underlying pole, so make sure your drill is fully charged and on the highest torque setting. The latch should move freely, and if they don't, you'll want to loosen the screws. Repeat the previous step at the bottom of the door, except this time your spacer will read down and your latch is labeled B. Take the 2 halves of the handle and connect them together, and then secure them to the door with the hardware. Slide the hinge tube into the other edge of the door, making sure there's a couple inches sticking out each end. Locate this groove on the back of the door and insert your beetle tape into the groove all the way around the window. Remove the plastic on both sides of the window, place it over the beetle tape, and secure with the hardware. Take the right door and insert the square tube into the bottom of the door, making sure that the holes in the square tube line up with the holes in the door. Leave a few inches hanging out so you can insert the end cap and then tap the tube the rest of the way up. Locate this divot at the bottom of the door and drill it out with the provided drill bit, making sure to only go through the first layer of the tube in the door. Insert the screw to secure the tube to the door. Attach the latch to the door with the hardware. Slide the two halves of your handle together and secure with the hardware. Make sure you add this bracket oriented like this. Slide the hinge tube into the opposite end of the door, making sure to leave a few inches hanging out. Using the same method as before, add the beetle tape around the window. Remove the plastic film from both sides of the window and then lay it over the beetle tape and secure with the hardware. While one person stands on a floor panel, take the other floor panel, lift it up at a 45-degree angle, interlock the tabs, and lay it back down. Your door can go on either long edge. Once you decide which edge to put your doors, insert your bushings into these round holes. Make sure the slit in the bushing is facing the front. Locate the divots where the floors connect and insert the hardware. On all the wall panels labeled AHD, insert the wall support into the channel just to the left of the notch at the top of the wall panel, making sure the two holes that are close together in the wall support are at the top. On the corner wall panel labeled AGY, insert the wall support onto the right edge, making sure the two holes that are close together are at the top. On the corner wall panel labeled AGN, insert the wall support onto the left edge, making sure the two holes that are close together on the wall support are at the bottom. Take the corner wall panel labeled AGY and insert the tabs at the bottom into these cutouts to the right of the bushing. To lock the panel into place, slide it towards the bushing. I'm comfortable using my foot. If you're not, use a block and a rubber mallet. Fold the panel in half and push it away from the floor. Line up the tabs with the cutouts on the floor, and then apply downward pressure to lock it into place. If you're having a hard time getting the tabs to go into the cutouts, you can use a block under the floor and apply downward pressure to lock it into place. Take a wall panel labeled AHD and slide the tabs at the bottom into the cutouts on the floor, sliding it over to lock it into place. Before securing the wall panels together, make sure that this line at the top is even. Add the corner wall panel labeled AGW using the same method as the first corner wall panel. Now add two wall panels labeled AHD. For this corner, use corner wall panel AGL. Add a wall panel labeled AHD. For your final corner, use panel AGN. On the back side of the transom piece, lay the butyl tape into the groove around each window. Remove the plastic film from both sides of the window and place it over the butyl tape and secure with the hardware. Take the gable labeled GDU and insert the butyl tape into this groove around the window. Remove the plastic film from both sides of the window. Place the window over the butyl tape, making sure that this indent goes in the top right-hand corner and that the curve goes closest to the outside edge. Then secure with the hardware. Place the screen over the vent, and then place the vent on the front side of the gable and secure through the back. Repeat the previous steps for the other gable, except this time you're going to make sure that the indent on the window is in the upper left-hand corner. Take the rear wall extension and place it on the rear wall, making sure that the tabs on the ends are on the inside of the shed. Secure the rear wall extension through these 8 holes on the back wall. Take the right gable labeled GDV and fold the ends in. Take the gable and place it onto the right side of the shed. When you add the gables to the shed, make sure the corners overlap the wall like this. Secure the gable to the wall panels with the 15 screws. Repeat the previous steps for the left gable. Take your left door and insert the hinge tube into the bushing, making sure that the hole at the bottom of the hinge tube lines up with the slot in the bushing, and then slide your cotter pin from the front of the bushing towards the back. Expand the cotter pin to lock it into place. Repeat the previous step for the other door. Close the doors and slide your transom piece over the hinge tubes. Line up the holes in the transom piece with the holes in the gable and secure with the hardware. There are 3 height settings for your shelf on the wall supports. Decide how high you want to put your shelf and then place the brackets on the same level. Take the shelf and fold the flaps on the ends up. Place the shelf onto the bracket, making sure the notches on the shelf face the back of the wall. Secure the shelf to the walls and the brackets. For the next steps, you're going to insert screw anchors into the bottom of each roof panel. The screw anchors go in different locations for each panel, so be sure to follow along and reference your assembly manual for specific detailed instructions. For the first panel, these are the locations your screw anchors will go. For the second roof panel, your screw anchors will go in these locations. Make sure to keep track of which panels are which. For the third roof panel, the screw anchor locations are the same as the second roof panel. For the fourth roof panel, the screw anchors go in these locations. Snap 2 roof supports into the recesses on the underside of each roof panel. On the first roof panel, locate where it says rear and add your gutter channel to the right side and secure it through the 3 middle holes. With the help of another person, lift the roof panel onto the left side of the shed, making sure the gutter channel goes into these cutouts and that the word rear on the roof panel is on the back of the shed. Line up the anchors in the roof panel with the holes in the gable and secure with the hardware. Then secure the side of the roof panel to the gable. Then secure the back of the roof panel to the wall. On the second roof panel, locate where it says rear and add your gutter channel to the right side, making sure to secure it through the 3 middle holes. With the help of another person, add the next roof panel, making sure the gutter channels go into these cutouts and that the other edge goes into the neighboring gutter channel. Secure the anchors to the gable through the 2 holes. Secure the roof panel to the neighboring gutter channel through the 3 holes. Then secure the back of the roof panel to the wall. On the third roof panel, find where it says rear and secure a gutter channel to the right side through the 3 middle holes. With the help of another person, lift the third roof panel into place and secure it using the same method as before. With the help of another person, lift the final roof panel into place, making sure one edge goes inside the gutter channel and the other edge goes over the gable. Secure the roof panel to the gable, wall, and gutter channel. At the front of the shed, add the gutter channel covers to the gutter. You will need to lift up on the roof panel, but be sure not to lift too much. Once the cover is in place, secure it to the anchors on both sides. If you lift up too hard, the screw anchors in the roof panel can pop out. To put them back in, back out the screw, have someone apply downward pressure, and then reinsert the screw. Add the covers to the gutters on the back of the shed using the same method. For the next step, locate this divot and this divot along the hinge tube and drill it out with the provided drill bit, making sure to only go through the first layer of the metal tube behind it. On the back of the gable, there are 5 locations where you'll need to add screw anchors. Place an end cap into each end of the upper header bar. Attach the upper header bar to the gable through the upper set of holes that you drilled out through the hinge tube. Place the two-way square plugs into the lower shed header, making sure they're oriented like this. Add the angled headers onto the two-way plugs, making sure they're oriented like this. Then add the plugs to the ends of the angled headers. Secure the poles together through the small holes over the two-way plug. Open the doors, locate these two small holes, and add the hardware going from the outside in. Place a lower header bar over the hardware we added earlier and secure with the nuts. Secure the angled header bar to the hinge tube and the gable. Secure the lower header bar to the gable through the two outer holes. Secure the other angled tube using the same method as before. Place a vertical brace in the middle of the upper and lower header bars. Secure the vertical brace to the header bar with the hardware. Next, you're going to finish securing the upper header bar. The holes that are smaller will get the thinner screw, and the holes that are larger will get the thicker screw. Locate these divots in the upper left and right corners of the doors. Add your gap flaps over the divots and secure with the hardware. Along the walls of the shed, locate these openings and insert your truss slot covers. Add your wall hooks into these recesses around the shed. Next, you'll need to level your doors. To see how to properly level your doors, follow this link here. We've already leveled our doors, so we're going to move on to the next step. Next, you're going to tighten the hardware on the latches. Go inside the shed, have someone lock it, make sure the latches line up, and then tighten the hardware. This section will go over how to properly anchor your shed. Since we're inside, we're not going to be able to do that, but it's important that you do. So refer to your instruction manual to see how to properly anchor your shed. Thank you for watching this video on how to assemble your Lifetime 8x5 compact modern shed. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other awesome products at lifetime.com.